this is Skeleton Key, and I'm back for week 3 of September and my Readathons, my fall Readathons. So tomorrow morning I've got a book club for all the broken people, and I am not even halfway yet, but it is actually a pretty quick moving read. So I might get it close to finished in time. It's a possibility. And so that will count for Frightfall, and that will count for Readers Imbibing Peril, and any others? I'm not sure. For Readathon, I'm just a few minutes away from finishing Unashamed by Leah Vernon. So I'm going to go ahead and roll up the next book here before very long. Okay, so a biography or memoir, Unashamed by Leah Vernon. And that, I really did like that one. Her life did get much, much better. Still a lot of struggles, but okay, so got Patience over here on the community bookshelf. Let's roll that. Ooh, doubles. Okay. 12. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Nature on the cover. See, nature on the cover. All right. And now I have to roll again because I got doubles. Okay. Okay, not doubles. 3 and 1. That is a 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Community shelf again. What is this? An audiobook you've owned at least 1 year. Oh, I have a lot of those. So let's see what I come up with. Well, there is certainly enough nature on the cover of All the Broken People for that to count. I mean, it's covered in kudzu. So that's my nature on the cover pick. So on Wednesday, I did finish All the Broken People by Amy Rivers. I really, really like this book a lot. Probably gonna give it 5 stars. It's very layered. It's a mystery novel. It's set in rural northern Georgia, and so that's why there's so much kudzu on the cover. Amy just fell in love with kudzu when she visited Georgia, and so that's why it's featured so prominently in the story. But it just, besides being a murder mystery, it's very character driven, and as you might guess from the title, there are a lot of very damaged people in this story, and how they deal with that damage or don't deal with it, as the case may be. And of course, the kudzu is also metaphorical about hiding secrets. Anyway, there's a lot going on in this book. Also, if you like Jocelyn Jackson, especially Gods in Alabama, then definitely check out All the Broken People by Amy Rivers. But even if you don't even know what I'm talking about Gods in Alabama, yeah, this is an excellent book. So it's very well written. It's a really good read. So now, as for Readathon, okay, so I'm sort of at a loss as to how exactly to handle this doubles roll that I got. Because with people who rolled up their TBR, their whole TBR at the beginning of the month or right before the beginning of the month, it sort of acts as a penalty because then they have to add another book to their TBR. And for me, I'm doing the roll as you go method. It doesn't really act as a penalty because it's like, okay, well, I finished this book for the nature on the cover prompt. And then my next prompt was, I had to draw the community shelf. And so it was an audiobook that you've owned for at least a year, and then I'll read that and then roll again. And it doesn't really penalize me in any way. So I got to wondering, so maybe I should combine the two prompts and that would be sort of a penalty, a little bit harder to find a book that qualifies. Well, not for me, but in theory. So anyway, I figured, okay, well, let's, I don't know, hedge my bets, I guess. So All the Broken People has nature on the cover, so it can count for that. And then I noticed that a while back I started, I guess it was last month, I started listening to Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen on Audible. And I've owned that book for about a year and a half, 2 years, something like that. And I thought, oh, okay, well, that would count for that prompt. But I noticed it also has, it's the Rosamund Pike narration, and that cover has flowers on it, so that's nature. So it fits both prompts. So I'm going to go ahead and finish reading that, and that way, whether or not All the Broken People counts, and then just in case, Sense and Sensibility counts for both of the prompts. So, and then I can, once I finish Sense and Sensibility, and I don't have a whole lot left on that one now, just a few hours, I think. So, and I watched the movie last month, I think. Yeah, last month I watched the movie, the Emma Thompson version. I really liked it. I think I'm liking Sense and Sensibility even better than Pride and Prejudice. So, but then, after I'm done with Sense and Sensibility, I can then roll again. And if I get doubles, I don't know what. We'll just burn that bridge when we get to it. So, I have finished Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen. I really enjoyed that. Sometimes the language got a little dense, I guess, and I found myself kind of sometimes having to go back and listen again. It's like, what was that? But there was so much good snark in this book. It was really nice. So we've got Patience over here on Community Shelf. So let's see, where does Patience go from there? Which dice do I want? Oh, let's do a pair of reds. There you go. 6 and 4. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. A small book, under 300 pages. Oh, I'm sure I have books that qualify. I have to think about that. Investigator's Guide to Steganography counts. It's well under 300 pages. See, it's kind of a skinny book. That's 240. Yeah, so it's like 220 pages, something like that. So there's that. Or one of the NetGalleys I'm reading, I think it's even under 200 pages. I'm wanting to say it's 198 pages. So that definitely counts. I think most of my Agatha Christie's count for that, so maybe I can make some progress on my Christie challenge. Which reminds me, if I'm gonna do a video on that, I need to do that soon. I'm thinking either The Haunting of Beatrix Green or Investigator's Guide to Steganography. Man, oh man, it has been a rough week. But today I finished reading The Match by Anne Dominguez. That's the first in a series, so it counts for Genreland, as well as for Frightfall and Readers Imbibing Peril. It's a medical thriller. The sleuth is Kate Dimming, who is a medical student in Chicago, and she's working in the ED when a gunshot victim comes in and is pretty much dead. But yeah, they try to save him and it doesn't work. He's dead. Turns out he's the CEO of the hospital, and yeah, so it kind of goes from there. I was really pleased with this. It does a lot of things very differently. There was a lot of really unusual stuff in this book, and I can't really go into detail because that would be really spoilerific. I mean, it is a murder mystery, so I can't really say a whole lot. But just for example, there's an issue about partner notification, and so Kate is wondering if she should contact a patient's partner and let them know about this aspect. And what she does, she researches the regulations, and then she consults somebody with more experience than she has regarding the interpretation of the regulations. And I'm just like, wow, yay. It's just so nice to see a character behave like that. Instead of just going, oh, well, I'm just going to do my own thing. I'm going to go rogue. I'm going to be a maverick. I'm going to do what I think is best. And just not even bother looking things up or listening to people who know more, who might have experience with this. So that's just an example. And they're not cliffhangers exactly, but there is some stuff that didn't really get resolved at the end, and I'm interested to see where that goes, because it's obviously going to have to go somewhere in the next book. So I need to get the next book, and that's actually for a book club. But yeah, if you are looking for a medical thriller, check that out. The Match. And The Match, it can mean several things. Most clearly, it refers to matching her and other medical students with hospitals for their residencies, because that's a major part of the story, is how that impacts her family and things like that. But it also refers to other things, and yeah, there is a fair amount of body horror. Most of it is kind of light, but then there's some pretty gruesome stuff near the end. Just heads up. Yeah, I can't really say a whole lot. It'd be kind of spoilery, but yeah, I do recommend that one. And then tomorrow kicks off Buzzwordathon, I believe. I think it's the 21st through the 27th. And that's going to... I'm not sure where exactly that all is taking place, but I will link to Kayla's video below, over at Books and Lala. She, this is the last one that she's hosting, and I'll also, she's co-hosting with somebody else, and I'll put that link down below in the description as well. The buzzword is night, so night has to be in the title, And I was going to read Night by Elie Wiesel, and I don't know where it is. I saw it not that long ago, and it's not with the books that a friend gave me her copy, and she gave me a few other books as well, and I found the other books, but I can't find Night, so I don't know where it is. So I'm gonna have to do something else instead. So these are my options, and this one I think I got in a book swap a year or so ago, maybe 2 years, I don't know. But it's Night Frost by R.D. Wingfield. I know nothing about this, but there's a skeleton key on the cover, so that bodes well for it. My next option is Nevernight by J. Kristoff. So that's Nevernight by J. Kristoff. Really pretty cover. Very dark. So very appropriate for nightfall and readers in By-Beam Peril. So I did actually start this book. It was a book club pick, and I started reading it, but then I got distracted by something else. But I was enjoying it, so I would not mind an opportunity to get back to it. I start over because I don't really remember much about it, but I do remember that I liked it. My next option is another book club pick that I started on and didn't get very far. And that is Kristen Hanna's The Nightingale. And I haven't read enough for me to say exactly why I wasn't liking it, but I wasn't liking it. And I know I'm gonna get dragged on that because it seems like everybody loves this book. I fully expect to hate it, but maybe I have a feeling I could be wrong. I'm not that far in. I could be wrong, but I have a feeling I'm gonna DNF it. But I would like to give it a little bit more of a chance before I do that. And like I said, who knows, maybe I'll end up loving it. I doubt it. And then this is probably what I'm going to start on tomorrow, since I can't find Night. But this is Night Film by Marisha Pessel. And yeah, this is another book club book that I started and didn't finish. But unlike The Nightingale, I was really digging this. It's you can kind of tell. See, it's multimedia, and yeah, there's lots. So it does actually move pretty quickly. But the weird thing is, it's about a fictional filmmaker, and it's, at least as far as I had gotten, I mean, even just getting into the book at the very beginning, I was constantly like, I would find myself ashamed of myself for not having watched this guy's films. And I'm like, and then I'd have to go, no, he's not real. The films aren't real. They don't exist. You can't watch them. It's not your fault. I am excited to get back to this one. So this is what I'm going to start on tomorrow, I think. So I did finish my small book, under 300 pages, and I can't tell you what it was because it's on a secret TBR. So just trust me, I did. It was, I think, 240 pages if you include the index. That's all I'm saying. So it's time to roll again. And I am having so much fun with this. I think I'm just going to keep doing this even after Bookoplathon is over. I'm just going to do this. This is so much fun. I love this. What dice? Let's do a sparkly, and what do we got? We've got No, I need another D6. D6, D6, D6. Oh, let's do a Denver Comic Con. Alright. And 3 and... It's either 1 or 6. It's... Okay, so it's 1. So 4... 1, 2, 3... Chance! Ooh. This is my first time landing on a chance card. Alright. What's it gonna be? Geek Love. Alright. I guess I'm reading Geek Love. So this was a complete experiment. It's loosely based on something I made from a recipe the other day. Very loosely based. We'll see. So it didn't hold together very well, but that could very well be because I just was really hungry and just immediately spooned a bunch into a bowl because I'm hungry. So I'm going to eat my weird casserole and read Night Film for Buzzwordathon. Yeah, so it turns out I forgot to put any seasoning in there. Well, at least, but it tasted actually really good despite that. Well, I did put garlic in with the onion and the ground beef. I used yogurt for the binding agent, which maybe, and I probably didn't use as much cheese as I probably should have, but, and using the yogurt gave it a really good flavor, but it wasn't an awesome binding agent, so I shall continue to experiment. I also think it had way too many veggies. I mean, I had the tater tots. What more do you need, right? I should really wrap up for the week. Oh, yeah, so there's this book that I've lost count of how many times I have borrowed it from Hoopla and not started it. And you're gonna get a kick out of this. The title: The End of Procrastination. Yeah. Are we surprised? Are we surprised that it took me this long? But I did finish it, and it's not bad, I guess, but it's very clearly aimed at neurotypicals, and I am very not neurotypical. My brain, yeah, my brain knows all the tricks and is very, very sneaky. And yeah, executive dysfunction is a bitch. Oh, and I did get started on an autographed mystery by, who's it by? Where's the author? Oh gosh, it's way down there. Deanna Julie Dodson. It's way down there in the corner. There you go. Secrets of Castleton Manor Library is this mystery series. It's one of those subscription series things, and they're brain candy. There's a bunch of different authors that write in this series, so the quality it varies wildly. This one so far is pretty good. And I'm enjoying. But I mean, it's a library in a mansion with cats. Well, there's usually pets of some sort, but there's one cat. And yeah, it's just pure escapism. It's kind of silly, but and sometimes they're not actually great mysteries, but I kind of don't care. They're fun. Books, cats, dead bodies, Yay! Like I said before, I need to wrap up for the week. So, yeah, tell me how your month's been going, and comment if there's anything on here that you've read or maybe is on your TBR. Also, let me know, are you going to continue playing Bookopolython after the month is over, after Bookopolython proper is over? Because I think I'm going to keep playing. And please like and subscribe, and I'll see you around.